David, it's summertime on Nantucket, right?
Yes.
Shouldn't we be at the beach?
We are. It's right there.
Oh, you're right.
We are at the beach.
But we're kind of doing something a little different today. And we have all these nice people that are interested in seeing it too.
Yes.
What are we doing?
We're going to go on a tour of the wastewater facility today. So.
All right, is everybody excited about that? Hey, yeah. Oh, man, this is awesome. So tell us. Go ahead.
We're ready to go. For those of you that don't know me, my name's David Gray. I'm the chief operator here. I've been in my position since January. My direct supervisor is Kara Buzanowski. She's the DPW director, the one in the purple shirt. And if you guys don't know, this is Libby Gibson. She's our town manager. So she oversees everybody, how things are going on. We have a brand new member to the team that I don't know if anyone really knows much. It's
Brian Turbin.
Brian, I've got to know his first name. He's our finance director. This is his first time out here, so. We're ready to go. We'll start. All of the wastewater on the island comes to this facility or to the Wisconsin facility. We have 2 wastewater plants. I have a staff of 9 altogether, including myself. We also handle the collections on the island through a couple of guys through the highway department that take care of all just the pipes and stuff in the street, roots, stormwater. We handle all the pumping stations, which we have 11 of, the remote stations. I'll show you on the computer when we get a chance to show you where they all are on the island. And I have a guy that works in Wisconsin 8 hours a day. Sometimes he'll have help, and then we haul in his waste sludge because they don't have a dewatering facility, and we do all the dewatering here, which actually is up and running today, so you'll get a chance to even see how that works.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, this is a headworks structure. This is where all the sewage on the island comes in, except for septic tanks, which comes in another location. However, it does eventually come through the headworks. Here is where we take care of our all of our rags, wipes, anything large, 2x4s, stones, gravel, anything like that. Comes into this spot here first, and I'll kind of walk you guys through it. Those of you who don't want to go up, this is one of the worst spots in the plant for odors. Probably one of the more thing that gets flushed, no matter if it's toys, people's wallets, cell phone. We do find money occasionally on the rack that comes through. We've had phones come in, but by the time they end up getting here, a lot of them are just crushed, but we see the pieces. Occasionally, we had a piece of a 2-inch PVC 90 get through. We still can't figure out how it got through one of the pumping systems, but it got here somehow. And other than that, you'll get small pieces of wood, but lots of rags, hair, and tree roots. When they're doing all the cutting downtown for the tree roots, a lot of them small fibers will get through. And of course, grease is another big issue that we have. This is where it's going to get a little gross, guys. We conventionally rake this bar rack. As you can see, they did it this morning and they cleaned it off. The whole flow of the entire island comes through this one rack, where we pull off anything to hair, rags, wipes. 4th of July, the day of the storm, we had 3.2 million gallons, which is one of our highest flows we've ever had. A lot of it was inflow.
How much can you handle? What's the max you can handle?
We're designed for a max flow of 7.7 million gallons.
All right.
Not for an entire day. That's for instantaneous for quite a few hours. We had staff on the hurricane night. We were here. There was 3 of us, and we had 7.5 million gallons a day coming in for about 5 hours. We were hit pretty hard in the teeth.
What happens if it gets over that for an
Overflow?
extended period? What would happen to this plant?
If we got a big hit of over 8 million or 9 million gallons, ultimately, if something failed down the line, it could in fact overflow the clarifiers because they can only handle so much. We do have a mechanism in place that we call the O valve that we can open it and we'll go back directly to the beds.
Yep.
It'll bypass all the advanced treatment. We can only do that in cases of dire emergencies. That's one of the septic trucks that are coming in now that you see. That's George Hughes. He's coming in to make his dump. That's about 3 days of rags with 1 scoop that's gotten through our bar rack. And we have to do that about every week or so. We have to actually pull rags.
What sort of rags are they?
A lot of those flushable wipes.
Like people have flushed those down their toilets? Those aren't from anything to do here.
No, the baby wipes, the flushable wipe, the preparation. It's all everything that says flushable on the box. We're getting a lot of those toilet wand heads now starting to come through because they say flushable on them. Just for a few minutes. After it comes to our primary treatment with the stones and the rags and everything, it comes into our clarifiers. And our clarifiers, what they are, giant tanks with a set where they have flights in them. And I'll open up one of the covers so you can see them. They have a set of flights that skims the top of the surface to get anything that floats, pieces of plastic, tampon applicators, pieces of fiber, grease, especially grease, which you'll see, and then it goes all the way around and it comes along the bottom and scrapes all the stuff that settles, which is heavier, brings it to the pumps, and then we take it for treatment. They remove about 60% of the load. We call it BOD. It's basically the amount of food coming into the facility for our bacteria that we have. This removes a good portion of it. Up until 2007, that's where the plant stopped. It was coming in here, getting screened. The settables, the solids were getting taken out, and then it was going directly to the beds. That was it up until 2007. Now we've gone to advanced technology and advanced treatment, which you'll see that whole process, and you'll see our final effluent. They move about 1.5 feet per second. Very slow process. As you can see, some of the debris on the top, which is a lot of grease, a lot of inorganics, a lot of just anything that's flushed down the toilet.
Let's put a cone there.
This is where everything comes down. This is called our scum trough. So anything that floats gets pushed down to this end, and then the guys manually come out for a day. It takes about an hour to do, and we get rid of it. This is one of the television. Wow. After we get out of primary treatment, like I said, prior to that, it used to go right directly to the beds. We have 15 of these sand bed filters. They're called rapid infiltration beds. The final product, our effluent, gets discharged into these beds. Sometimes you'll fly over and you'll see one or two full of water. Those are a lot of the older beds that are along the beachfront. Our water goes directly back down into the aquifer after all the treatment, and then the sand bed filters act as another filter. They say the water coming out of this facility, which you'll see in a minute, is drinkable. I haven't tried it yet. But
Well, today would be the good day to do it while I got the camera here.
Gino, thank you for volunteering.